Hey mama, if you're listening to this, you might be carrying a secret that feels too heavy to speak out loud. You look like you got it all together, you serve at church, maybe you even lead a Bible study. You smile when you drop off the kids, but no one sees the other side of you, the one that comes out behind closed doors. At home, you are a completely different person. You yell, you explode, you scream at your kids, sometimes in their face. You tell them to shut up. You grab them too harshly. You throw things across the room. You smack them in anger, twist their ears, spank them in rage, and immediately after, you are hit with a tidal wave of shame. You cry alone in your room and you whisper, "God, what is wrong with me?" You feel scared and disgusted by your own reactions. You're terrified that someone might find out. You wonder if your kids would be better off without you. You feel unworthy, broken, and too far gone to be redeemed. You try to fix this on your own. You listen to podcasts, parenting books, download freebies, but nothing changes. You keep falling back into the same patterns, and it feels like you are stuck in a cycle that you can't break. You don't trust yourself anymore, and if you're honest, you are afraid of who you become. But here's the truth, Mama. You are not beyond hope. You're not alone, and with God's help and the right support, you can change. I'm Elizabeth, a mom of 4 and an anger management coach for Christian moms. And inside my Calm Christian Mom coaching program, I guide women just like you through a powerful transformation. This isn't shallow behavior management. We go deep. We address your triggers, your stress, your mindset, your nervous system, and the spiritual root behind your patterns. We invite God into every layer and walk hand in hand towards healing. In just 12 weeks, you can become a completely different mom, unrecognizable. One who leads with patience, not panic. One whose children feel emotionally safe around her. One who cultivates peace. This summer, I'm offering a Calm Mama strategy session, a powerful 15-minute one-on-one coaching session designed to help you uncover the root of your anger and receive spiritual, emotional, and practical support. It's your chance to experience what coaching is like with me before diving deeper into ongoing support. If we both feel like the full program is the next right step, we can talk about what that looks like for you. You don't have to keep living like this. Your family is worth healing, and so are you. Use the link in the show notes to book the Calm Mama strategy session. I have an announcement to make. You probably already read the title of this episode, but yes, I am leaving social media. I'm leaving my Instagram profile. That was my main profile where I would show up on a regular basis and create content and just show my face in my daily life. And I decided to leave that platform and just get off social media. And I'm about to share with you why. Hey friend, I am so glad that you are here. I wanted to share with you my journey. I feel like I've been going through a ton of changes spiritually in the last couple months, especially the last few weeks. God has been really, really tugging at my heart and working in my heart. He has directed me to shift my business from stress coaching for moms to focusing on Christian moms, because you realize it or not, but there's a different way to talk to, believers and Christians about emotional regulation in our sin and, our actions and destructive anger. There's just a different way moms hear and take in that message. And I've been feeling so pulled and led by God to just redirect. And I've been kind of resisting it, honestly, for a while, because I was just afraid, because I feel like there's this extra responsibility as a believer, as if you're leading and teaching I'm like, I have to make sure everything is backed up by scripture. And so it was really challenging for me actually to make that decision. I was going back and forth for a while, but here I am. And I wanted to share with you that I've been listening recently to a few podcasts. One of them is by Sandy Cooper, and the name of that podcast is The Balanced Momcast, and she talked a lot recently about social media. I came across her listening to a Christian business podcast, and they had a whole episode about leaving social media for business owners and how to run a business without social media, and talking about how it takes up so much time and energy and pulling you away from your family, and actually other ways that you can serve others. And I went to Sandy's podcast and I binge listened to a bunch of episodes about social media. And she actually is so fun that her and I are going to meet up this week because she lives in Jacksonville, Florida, where I live. And I messaged her and emailed her. I'm like, hey, I've been listening to your podcast. I'd love to meet you in person. I'm also a podcaster. And she agreed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, so exciting. So I get to meet her. Anyways, back to my social media dilemma here. I just as I was listening to a lot of her episodes, I'm like, this really resonates with me. It's scary, but I think this is what I need to do, because I was reflecting quite a bit about the previous year and things that are not working. And I've been feeling so convicted that I've been not spending my time wisely. I was listening to another I'm a podcast listener, as you can tell. I was listening to another podcast about business, and she was talking about, she says this phrase multiple times. She's like, you can always make more money. You can never make more time. Your time is your most valuable asset. And I'm like, wow, that really hit me, because I'm like, where am I not using my time wisely? I set this, I created a screen saver or whatever, wallpaper for my phone. And it says, my time is my most valuable asset. I can never make more time. And every time I would pick up my phone to just check social media or whatever, I'm like, oh, I saw that. I'm like, that is my reminder. I can never make more time. I need to use my time wisely. I need to be a wise steward of my time, because if you think about it, you get to live this life only once. And how many of us literally waste hours of our day just scrolling on social media? And it was so convicting to me. Okay. So I was journaling about it, and I was writing down what is social media stealing from me? Because I feel like it's been stealing from me. I feel like it's not adding any value to my life, if so very minor. And it's actually taking more from me. And it's not just Instagram, it's also TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Facebook, because Facebook has Reels now. They're designed to give you a dopamine rush, to keep you addicted. And it's crazy how much this little device, our phone, can take so much from us and just keep us so addicted. Have you ever been to an event or anything? People are just sitting in their phones all the time. People are not present. And I've been actually pretty good when I get together with people. My phone is away. It's in my purse. When I would be with my family back in Minnesota and spend time with them, my phone would be away in my purse for hours and hours, and I wouldn't take it out. And so sometimes my husband's like, I can't contact you. I've been trying to call you. And why are you not picking up? I'm like, I'm sorry. My phone was away. I was spending time with family. And I don't pull out my phone that often. But I've noticed that when I'm at home, especially during the day when I'm working and the kids are in school, I take out my phone a lot, and I constantly just gravitate to social media, even though I have all notifications turned off on my social media. There's no dings, there's no vibration, there's no red, things that pop up unless I open the app and see what's going on. Yet still, I felt like I had time limits on my phone for 2 hours for social media every day, and I would still go past that time. It's crazy. And yes, there's work-related stuff, but honestly, most of that time I was not doing work-related stuff. Can you believe it? And spending that much time on it's crazy. Anyways, I'm going to go through the list of what I felt like social media was stealing from me. It was stealing my time with God. It was stealing me from spending more time with God. In the mornings I would get up and have my alone time and I read the Bible, and then my phone is next to me and I keep wanting to go on social media. And sometimes I would, but it's whoa, I could be reading the Bible more. I could be praying more, but here I am just gravitating to social media, which is so messed up, right? And it's not easy. It's not easy for me to make this decision because it's scary. I feel like I'm disconnected and I'll be missing out. And I have this free platform where I can create more leads and get more clients, but I'll touch on that a little bit later. There's also a reason for that too, okay? It was also stealing my time, lots of my time. That's probably the biggest thing. It was stealing my time, and it was adding absolutely no value to my day. You see all these reels, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so funny, I relate with that, and it is silly, and you can laugh about it, and I would send some to my husband, my sisters, and my friends, and post them on my stories, but for the most part, the stuff that you even see there, you just see it so quickly and you move on, and literally adds no value. How much stuff that you found on social media, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so valuable, now I'm gonna implement this in my day. Maybe, right? There's some hacks or whatever, but for the most part, not really. You still move on with your life and do the same thing. You don't really grow and evolve and mature through social media. I felt like it was becoming an addiction. Literally, I was picking up my phone and wanting to just touch, social media apps and just to pass time, go to the bathroom. I always have to grab my phone, look at social media in the car when my husband's driving. And it's whoa, this is crazy. It's just stealing so much from me, you get that dopamine rush. You really do, that dopamine hit every time you spend time. You get a notification or a red mark over there that somebody messaged you and everything. And then it's you keep being addicted. I mean, it's designed that way. It's not just you, it's everybody. That's why so many people are just spending hours of their life on their phone and not adding any value and use to their life. I've also noticed that it was causing agitation with the kids when I was interrupted. I'm sure you relate. If you're a normal human, you get it. When you're trying to watch something and then your kids are needing you or wanting you and they get into an argument or keep coming out of bed when you're trying to relax in the evening, scrolling on your phone, and you get so pissed off and just maybe even say something rude to them. And I'm whoa, I would catch myself being snappy with them, and I'm they're not even doing anything wrong. They're just being kids, and here I am because I am trying to look at this reel and finish it, or this YouTube video, right? And so I've been just noticing that it was not affecting me in my relationship with my kids, and modeling, right? You're not modeling great stuff to your kids that you're on your phone so much. At least I felt that was a conviction to me as well. Look at this list. There's just so much. Also, I felt I could use my time better in the sense of I could create more podcasts for you. I could better my course. I could create new content for you and just write emails that are more helpful with tips and hacks. I could be doing so much more helpful stuff than spending and wasting my time on social media. Also, I have noticed that even though, honestly, for the full year, over a year, I felt I was consistently showing up on a regular basis on social media. I took a week off last year in January when we went on vacation, and about a month off in the summertime when we were moving states. But the rest of the time, I was showing up consistently. I was doing stories. I was doing posts. I would, because I hired a help coach about social selling. And it was all about creating connections via DMs and inviting people to get on a call with you and support them, offer them guidance. And it was awesome and great. And and I would try those things, but my business would just not go forward where I wanted it to go. Like I was not getting the conversions and the leads like I thought I would. The clients I did get, they were through my podcast. They were not through social media. And I felt like I was spending so much time and energy in creating content of posts and reels and stories. And I was not getting the return for my investment in the long run. Like it just felt so discouraging. And it was good. It pushed me out of my comfort zone. It helped me create an offer. And I'm so glad that I still bought that program, and that was still helpful, but it was just not getting me where I wanted to go in my business. And so I wasn't getting the engagement, and I was getting really defeated and discouraged. And right before Christmas in 2022, I took a couple weeks off because kids had a long Christmas break, and I did not want to go back. I did not miss being present on social media. I'm like, oh, this actually feels so much relief not to have to show up consistently. Like there's so much pressure to show up on a regular basis to make sure you look decent. And I'm not talking about perfection or anything, but it's a lot of energy. Unless you've done it, you don't get it. To show up on a regular basis and give value, consistently be helpful. And it takes a lot out of you. It really does. And being a highly sensitive person, it's a lot, Also, in social media, there's so much competition. It's I know what's her name, Sandy, when I was listening to her podcast, she was saying, it's like screaming at a concert. Nobody can hear me. I keep putting my offer out there and putting my value out there. I'm showing people my knowledge, showing them the support that I can offer them, and getting nowhere. Unless you have a team or someone that runs it, or you're just absolutely amazing, or you took off from doing something silly and stupid. But for the most part, accounts that are teaching educational stuff, they're not really growing that much. It's those people that do entertainment that are growing. Or people that do education. That means they either have someone running it for them, and somebody who specializes in social media, knows all the latest and greatest tricks and trends, or they've been doing it for years and they already grew a large audience because they started 7-8 years ago when it was so much easier to beat the algorithm. And right now it's so much more complicated. And I'm sorry, I'm just going down the rabbit hole of social media and how it was not serving me. And unless you're in this world and the business aspect, you don't necessarily need to know it. So I'm sorry. I just kind of got down that path explanation. Okay. I felt that I haven't come across this myself much. I've only had a few of negative comments and trolls, but being a highly sensitive person, it really gets to you. I remember somebody's like, "You're such a bad mom. Why would you do that?" And it's I know I'm a good mom. Why would you say that? And it's some random person that doesn't know anything about me and my life and who I am and what I do. And so there's a lot of negativity on social media. And thankfully, I didn't have much encounter with that. And God probably just protected me because he knows how sensitive I am. But that's another reason why I left, because I don't want to deal with it. I don't. No. Why? No, I want to protect myself. I think the other biggest thing is that I got sucked in. Even though I know this, right? I sucked into finding my value and worth and having people, those likes and those numbers. And when I'm not growing and the way I want to, it feels so defeated and discouraged. And then besides just that, comparing myself to other creators and other content creators who are started around the same time as I did and who are growing faster and having more success, and comparing myself around Christmas time in December, people are putting up their Christmas tree and their house looks so lovely and all these things, and their lives and going on vacations and all these things that I desire but I'm not able to have at this time. And for one reason or another, right? And comparing myself with that and feeling like it takes away from being grateful. Like you're just grumpy and like down that you don't have those things. But instead you could be grateful, but it's so much harder to be grateful when you constantly see that in your face and like you want it or not, but you compare. Okay. So like it was taking away from like my positive mindset. It was like mentally negatively affecting me. It was creating negative thoughts and like, well, maybe if you would have tried harder, maybe if you were better, people would like you better. Like it's crazy. It really is. Like unless you're super aware of it, like you don't recognize how much it affects you. Okay. Have you ever seen Social Dilemma, a Netflix documentary? It is scary how much information they track from you and then they like give you ads and show you ads because they collect all this information from you, what you like, what you don't like. It is scary, absolutely scary. And that is another thing that like, I remember I watched a documentary a long time ago and I'm like, wow, I was kind of like blown away by like how it's so designed to be addicting. Absolutely, like it's designed on purpose, and no wonder you're struggling to putting it away. And guess what? It's going to affect your emotional wellness too. Okay, right? Because when you see those things that you compare yourself with, and that creates thoughts for you. And if it's negative thoughts, it's negative mindset, and negative thoughts create negative feelings. And when you're feeling yucky and have negative feelings, you're going to react negatively emotionally, right? If you're just comparing yourself, you're like, oh, my life sucks. I can't have this. I want this. And my husband can't earn that much money. And like this, and like I can't have that. My kids are this, and her kids look perfect. Look how well they are behaving. And then you compare yourself and you're not grateful for what you do have, and you're just seeing everything from a negative lens, and what you focus on expands and it gets bigger, and it brings up feelings of just discouragement, defeated, and like feeling low and grumpy. And it just comes out in your tone and your energy and your emotional regulation. And so it affects you. It's this spiral. Anyways, all of this to say, this is the reason I'm leaving social media. I have decided that I'm going to leave social media. I will leave my account open. It's like active, but I will not be having a presence on there. I will not be showing up on there. And that is why. That is why. This is my reason, unless God is going to call me back to social media. But for now, for this coming year, I will not be a presence on there. And if you want to connect with me, you can email me. hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy. You can tell me what you want to hear on this podcast. And if you have any questions, I am here to support you and to guide you and mentor you. And we are going to be moving forward, and we'll be talking quite a bit about anger and destructive anger and how it can cause so much damage in relationships, where it comes from, what's contributing to it, how to overcome it, how to deal with it, how to get control over it. Like, we'll be going deep. I've been kind of like talking to God a lot, and God has been leading me to the path of talking more about anger. And I get to learn more and grow deeper with God and connect with Him and have Him teach me more. And then I get to pass that on and tell you what I have learned. And before I let you go, I want to challenge you and have you question yourself. What is social media stealing from you? How is it affecting you in your life, your mental well-being and your emotional well-being, your time? What is it stealing from you? This is a really good question to reflect on. I would challenge you to journal about this tonight, or reach out to me or email me and just tell me, what is social media stealing from you? I would love to connect with you and go deeper, and we can chat about that. My friend, if you have found this episode helpful in any way, shape, or form, please share it with a friend. And may God bless you. I'll be praying for you, and I'll see you next time. Hey mama, do you find yourself snapping over the smallest things, like spilled milk or constant whining, then feeling horrible afterwards? If you're tired of losing your temper and you want to show up, with more patience, I have something for you. It's a free training called How to Be More Patient with Your Kids so you're not screaming over spilled milk. Inside, I'll walk you through 10 simple things you can start doing today to become a calmer, more Christ-like mom, even on the hard days. To get it for free, just leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy.com. Or if you'd rather skip the wait, you can grab it right now for just $27. The link is in the show notes. Let's help you become the peaceful, patient mom your kids need.